We've seen a very good discussion in the morning about the local MRO market, and you had a very good presentation about the engine issues. So what do you think, how the engine issues impact the local operators, and when can we see any improvements?
Yeah. Thank you very much, first of all, that we can be here. Really enjoy the event. We have had a presentation about the engine issues in the market, how the OEMs are performing, and we noted that the engine issues are still there. They're not resolved yet, and it will take some more 1 or 2 years, we estimate, at least, for an improvement to be shown. And we know that here in the region we have several operators with the new engines. Uzbekistan Airways, Centrum Air, for example, operate the new engines, and the new engines are very sensitive to harsh environment. And the environment here in this region is not comparable to the Middle East, for example, because you have less sand, but you still have dust, for example, from coal ovens and things like this. So the engines here will be affected slightly, we believe, but they will not have such an impact like in the Middle East, where the on-wing time is very short. I believe here the operators can calculate with more engine time going forward.
So as far as I understood, now we are in the lowest point of the problem. When do you think we can see improvements of the engines operations?
As we just showed in our presentation, there's a lot of shop visit capacity coming online in the next 2 years. I think there's a 50 to 60% increase in shop visit capacity, so the backlog of engines which want to be inducted in the shop will decrease. And also we hope that the turnaround time in the shop will reduce. So the engines come out quicker and you can induct them sooner. So that should be a visible improvement. At the same time, you have fixes from the OEMs, so they will replace parts and components, and they should be more cater for longer on-wing time. So both of this coming together in the next 2 years, we believe that the problem will visibly improve. But PW themselves said it will be up to 2028 for a notable improvement. So I think for 2 more years we have to be strong.
I see. So you mentioned that we have operators of new engines here. But if any new startups would like to choose an aircraft with GTF or with LEAP, what will be your advice?
Yeah, that's very difficult. It depends a bit on the business model. Do they want to fly long range or regional? The availability of airplanes is difficult because of the engine issues. Many of the older airplanes are also in use. They don't get retired, so the lease rates have gone up. So it is a very dynamic situation, very difficult to answer that question. It really depends on the funding the airlines have, but I personally would prefer an airplane where I don't have to deal with those problems. So I would prefer maybe a classic A320 or 737 NG. However, those airplanes are also difficult to get, but that would be my choice if I was starting up an airline. But again, it depends on many factors, and
I see.
really hard to give one answer for everyone.
Thank you for the advice anyway. So, and the last question, what do you think about this event? Is it a really good platform to bring together industry professionals and to discuss the most challenging issues?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, it's great to see that this room now is also occupied by exhibitors. It used to be the conference area, but now it's completely full, so we can clearly see it attracts many more companies. I see many companies here for the first time, which is great to see. So I think from the feeling, it's a 50% increase you have this year versus last year. Yep. It reflects the area, the dynamics of this area. It's very dynamic, lots of things happening, and it's great to see that this event is also evolving into a much bigger event and with much more interest from the market. So it's great to see, and at the same time we are happy to be here and being a sponsor as well and part of the exhibition.
Okay, thank you very much, and you're always welcome at our event.
Yeah, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks.